Nick Fuentes calls the Muslim hate in America a distraction. Let's get into it.
Well, in terms of the Muslims, I continue to believe this is really not a major problem for the United States. Just in terms of pure numbers, Muslims are about 1% of the United States. And
can you raise the audio a bit?
You gotta do it on the video, dude. Nick.
Been extremely logical. He's actually been very consistent with his takes.
But they're going to try to make it seem about the Muslims, though, because if I was the one that was being evil behind the scenes, trying to manipulate everyone like a grand puppet master, and I control the apparatus, I own the apparatus, I would pump these stories out, and then I would have my intelligence community do a horrific event to try to distract from what everyone has woken up and started to realize.
There's so many different reasons to why they're pushing this Muslim hate right now. And Nick highlighted a very interesting point in one of his last shows where he talked about the reason the Chosens are pushing so much Muslim hate is because they're the ones on the front lines with Muslims in the Middle East. So if they can dehumanize Muslims in your eyes, then you will want to continue to blindly support that nation because they're just killing animals.
Not just that. You're going to wake up and realize who's been pulling some of the strings, bro?
The Muslims.
Muslims own those disgusting websites that destroy kids. So
the Muslims charge you 20% interest.
The Muslims charge you interest, and then when they charge you for insurance, and then when you actually need to file a claim, they don't pay the claim.
The Muslims manage all the rappers and Sabrina Carpenter turning your daughters into literally.
The music industry, you're right. They control the music industry. It's the Muslims, bro.
It is the Muslims, bro.
The Muslims own all the gambling sites.
Everyone woke up.
The Muslims own the gambling sites.
All of them.
The Muslims were funding with different groups, NGOs, to push this narration onto your children that they can chop off their private parts. It's okay to be like this. And, the Muslims pushed that.
The Muslims are funding both sides of every war.
The Muslims pushed lust and filth on television and movies and music, which destroyed the minds of children and families and caused 70% divorce rate.
Clown show.
It's the Muslims that pushed taking babies out of your womb.
Clown show. We need to get the Muslims in the camps like this.
Clowns,
Get back to work.
You fucking stupid you useful idiots, bro. You useful fools.
You useful.
They tell you, look here, while they
like this. All right, let's get
And it's not just that group, by the way, right? There's people helping that group.
Yeah.
And it's not.
But bro.
It's not the religion.
Yeah.
Okay? It's extremists in every group.
Of course, bro. Every single group out there.
And I'm not just any country that has influence on America. I don't care if it's Albania itself. Okay? No one should have any influence over our politicians. None. Zero. I don't care if it's Middle East country. I don't care if it's Europe. I don't care if it's Asia. Nobody. People want to, and let's be fair. All of the jobs went to China, bro. You don't think there was backdoor deals that were made with the Chinese, the communists? Come on, bro.
But communists are our biggest enemies.
Okay.
Communism is it's such a clown show.
Yeah, I'm going to send you guys to fight and die in Korea. I'm going to send you to fight and die in Vietnam. And then I turned China into a superpower.
And meanwhile,
they took all your jobs. That's why Detroit's a ghetto. The whole car. We were the capital of the car industry. They didn't have food to eat in communist China.
Well, Henry Ford was pretty based.
Okay.
He was pretty based.
They didn't have food to eat in China. We were sending them food at one point. Now they're like, yo, we go to war with you. We will go to war. Okay. You will not get chicken and rockery no more. No chicken and rockery for you. We will put poison in your chicken and rockery.
Concentrated in a few enclaves, like in Minneapolis
and in
Dearborn.
Doesn't go up more, kid.
And of course, there's a lot of them in New York, and there's even some in Chicago. And Texas, there's a big story about that Grand Mosque they're trying to build. And of course, I don't like that. But even in the context of the demographic problem, the biggest immigrant groups into the United States in the past 30 years, it's Mexicans, Indians, Chinese, Northern Triangle, Filipino, like those are the major groups. And so if you're talking about America changing demographically or culturally, it's a Latin American and an Asian problem. It's a Chinese and an Indian problem. In Europe, that
basic statistics here, not even statistics, with your own personal experience going in the real world, you see so many more Latinos and Mexicans coming into the country. All over the place. They're the ones in the back of the restaurants doing the hard work. I don't get it, man. And another thing is, like, maybe I'm just wrong here and I'm not seeing their side, but a lot of these guys are very pro on getting a lot of these immigrants out of the country. But who's going to do these jobs, man?
They're Catholic migrants. What else you want to know about the media? Europe, Muslim migrants. Not they're from Pakistan, not they're from, war zones in Africa. They're Muslim.
But what are they called when it's from
when
Latino
they come
countries?
to America? Because they're Latino, again, not picking on Latinos, I'm just showing the hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Why don't they call them Catholic migrants? They're all Catholic. So why use the religion for other nationalities? because there is an agenda by the apparatus and the system to create hatred towards Muslims so they can continue their policies of the last 25 years and longer of dehumanizing, invading, destabilizing, wiping out 1 million people in Iraq, and on and on and on. They create the victim and then they blame the victim.
And
Disgusting.
on top of that, it's because they've done such a good job with their propaganda machine with labeling all Muslims as brown Arabs. That's why Nick called me a race traitor, is because in his head, he thinks I'm trying to become Arab.
19%.
When Arabs are 18% of the Muslim population, the majority are actually
Did
Asian.
you hear what Trump called Somalis today?
We're going to get to that next.
All of them.
I know.
You know how many amazing Somali people I've met?
We're going to get to that next.
Disgusting behavior from the leader of the free world. Yeah, free world. The only thing that's free is the money we give to people that don't give a shit about America, make us fight their wars. They're getting everything for free because the American people ain't getting shit for free. We're getting nothing. Zero. And you think Muslims are your problem? How's your paycheck doing, man? How's your pockets? Good? Food, how much it costs? That bag of Doritos that's costing $8 right now in the supermarket. You're doing good? It's the Muslims' fault. It's the Muslims. You fools, bro.
That is where they have a Muslim problem. That is where they have Pakistanis and Middle problem. It's a Chinese and an Indian problem. In Europe, that is where they have a Muslim problem. That is where they have Pakistanis and Middle Easterners and Africans pouring in by the millions, and they represent.
Who lobbied all these governments? Who influenced them to have open borders?
Oh, trust me, the world knows about that.
It wasn't the Muslims.
I know you don't scroll on Instagram as much, but everyone's awake to who was pushing for these mass immigration policies. And the funny thing about it is it's those same people that went and bombed those countries to begin with. So they send white Christian Americans to go kill innocent people, and then they're the ones that lobby for those people from war-torn countries to then move to the UK, to the United States, and then they blame it on the religion. It's like the balls, the audacity. But
I will wage war through deception. I will make them hate what is good and love what is evil. I will turn truth upside down. I will make them question their own existence. I will make them question if they're even a man or a woman anymore.
And
I will blame it on the one true faith, the Muslims.
But bro, the audacity to bomb a country and then blame the people not being perfect on the religion.
Bro, Iran's the best. Every time I see Iran on X,
Iran,
I've been cooking them, dude.
they're the ones
Cooking
They're
them.
the last one standing.
Iran.
Palestinians.
Maybe a 3-letter agency shouldn't have overthrown them. There, you see the way they treat women there? It's your country's fault. It's the West. You guys send a 3-letter agency, overthrew their government, which led to the Shah, which led to the Islamic Revolution that you guys hate so much. You literally created the environment, and now you're blaming the victim. You guys are clowns, bro. This is a
Let's get back to the
hypocrites of the highest degree. Your day will come. You will face your creator. All these companies you own, the bill, none of it's going to help you, bro. None of it's going to help. I get peace at night. Regardless of what happens to me, we'll see each other on the other side. You're going to stand in that cosmic court in front of the one that created all of this. And you're going to answer for every dollar you spent, every lie you spewed, every life that was lost. On that day, you will face your victims, bro. And you will have nowhere to run, bro. And then he's going to be, but it was the devil. He told us.
I only invited you. I didn't make you do anything. You had free will. You chose. You chose to follow your desires. Your lust for power. You forgot the one that gave you life.
Let's get back to the clip, dude. He's cooking.
they represent most of the non-white population in those places. And so there, I think that's totally true, and it's a real problem. Over here in the United States, I think that is basically a deflection. I think that anytime...
I mean, even still, calling the Muslims in the UK a problem, what problems are they causing?
I mean, they are blocking some sidewalk.
Oh my God.
But here's what they don't tell
On
you.
Friday at 1 p.m., they blocked the sidewalk?
Here's what they don't tell you.
What?
To have compassion is to understand the other side.
Of course.
Now, you're in a Western society.
I was going to get to that, but yeah.
They don't understand how devout we are. They don't understand that the mosque fills up. It's not done because we're trying to demonstrate our power.
Yes, we're sticking our butts in the air to demonstrate dominance.
Okay, it's
the most submissive
There's
position.
no room, okay, because we're bursting at the seams. We can't keep up with all people that want to come to this faith. And the more you bash it, it's spreading like fire. Like keep it. Like if you want proof that God's protecting this faith, it's all your hatred has done nothing except swell the ranks.
I was gonna say, bro, the stats that they're showing us about how many Muslims are accepting Islam are definitely nonsense too. I don't know if you've seen on social media, but a lot of people in the UK are accepting it, and white people. But
Like crazy.
But to your point about being compassionate, of course, bro. So a lot of these people, like when they're looking around and they're seeing their country becoming brown in their head, I get where they're coming from, but they should at least educate themselves on what these people believe. This is your blessing. Like, it's funny. They like to complain about the people moving to their country when they don't even realize that's their ticket to salvation, bro. The message that they're giving, which is the ironic part about it all. And the even more ironic thing is if everyone actually accepted the truth, this color and race stuff wouldn't matter at all.
And you know what's the most ironic part?
We would all live in harmony.
You know what's even more ironic?
What?
That the reason they're diminishing is because they're not having kids.
Is that the Muslims?
That's what I'm saying. They have a negative birth rate throughout all of Europe because white people want to go to the brothel. They want to look at the websites. They want to have a million different girlfriends. They don't want to commit to women. They don't want to have those children in the sacred bond of marriage. And then they wonder why they're being punished by God. That's why. Has nothing to do with the Muslims.
Not at all.
Bro, I really wish, I swear to God, I wish every Muslim would leave all of Europe and America and go back to Muslim lands. You know why? Because in 50 to 100 years, they're still finished. They don't have anyone to, the way they're going with their birth rate, even Elon Musk is sounding the alarm, right? It's all over X today. That's got nothing to do with Muslims. Are Muslims stopping them from dating each other? Are Muslims stopping them from marrying one another? Are Muslims the reason why they don't want to get married? Are Muslims the reason they have a 70% divorce rate? Are Muslims why 90% of violent crime comes from a single parent home in America? Number one cause of murder is single parent homes. Is that the Muslims' fault? Or we're the only ones that are still left with a nuclear family that have any type of decency or morals? You guys hate us because you wish.
You hate us because you ain't us.
You wish.
Because you ain't us.
You had morals like we do, but you don't.
And the even more ironic thing, it's like ironic, is that the traditional American, all of you groypers and white nationalists are crying over and praying to Jesus for, would be given to you by practicing Islam.
Are Muslims putting in same-sex in movies and films?
Muslims are the ones
Is it on Muslim
that are
television?
staying virgins until marriage. Muslims are the one that wait for the whole family to sit down before eting. They're the ones that are
they
praying.
making the movie Brokeback Mountain
Shut
like
up,
this?
bro. They're the ones.
Two guys? Are they or no? Are they making movies like this? Look, God forbid, bro. Go.
Beck. Like this. I'm gonna get a whip for you.
Somebody talks about our Jewish elite, because we do have Jewish oligarchs like Larry Ellison and Mary Matelson and others. Every time somebody talks about that, we get someone like Laura Loomer screaming about the Muslim.
She should be in jail.
She should be. She's a traitor.
She should be in jail.
Traitor to America.
When Nick becomes president, inshallah, I expect all of these people to be held for trial, have a trial for treason against this nation. It is absolutely traitorous what they've done to this country, pretending to be white when it's convenient to appeal to white Americans. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Man, we're infiltrated, bro. It's insane. Dude, does anyone actually like listen to her too? I mean, let me pull up her face. Like, imagine listening to this face for your political news. Are you insane? This is a real picture. That's not a filter. That's not a Halloween mask on her face. That's a real picture of a woman in politics.
Demonic.
I mean, dude, they actually have demon faces. Like, I'm not...
Straight demonic, bro.
Her, what is it, Lizzie Switsky or whatever her name is. Deborah Lee is like the only one that looks like a normal white girl.
They're ashamed of the way God made them. They have to alter their appearance so much. What else you want to know about them? They're not comfortable in their own skin.
It's that.
They're not comfortable in their own skin.
I don't even think it's just that. I think
it is that.
I think it's to blend in. I actually think it's to blend in. That's why they also changed their last names.
And Mark Levin screaming about Qatar and talking about the Muslim call to prayer. And I'm with you in the sense that, of course, I don't want a Muslim invasion of the United States. It's also something that's not really happening in large numbers. And I also think that that is something that is sort of trotted out. It's sort of like, look over here. It's a big diversion.
And we've been saying it for how long? Long before Nick Fuentes.
Like this.
We've been saying it for over a year. Go play back all the episodes. Incoming false flag. I've never seen everyone waking up at the same time. How many times we had this talk? I've said we're in the most dangerous time ever. Everyone's waking up. Everyone can see the game. Everyone can see the agenda.
It's them.
Everyone sees the tricks. They have only one move. That's the same move they had. Alienate another group of people, blame them for whatever's happening, and then create an event to put everyone back to sleep. But I think they're underestimating the intelligence of a lot of Americans. A sleeping dragon has awoken.
Especially our generation,
I'm
bro.
rooting for American patriotism. I, as a Muslim, am rooting for Americans to wake up and take control of their country again. No one should have influence over American politicians.
From any nation.
Anything distracting you from that's your enemy.
Bro,
I'm praying that Americans that love America are in power. I'm rooting for America to keep its position in the world. Praying for it. Good luck.
I don't know if you guys fully can wrap your head around this concept, but if you live in America, Muslim, Christian, whatever you are, we have to be America first.
Have to be.
We have no other option. Beck is Albanian. Their prime minister is an AI bot that has AI kids. I'm not joking. Look it up. The rest of Europe is being infiltrated by people from third world countries that were bombed, sadly, and sent there by you-know-who.
Bro, I'm praying for this country. I'm not rooting for his downfall.
We have no other option but to support the candidate who is the most America first person out there. And there's a reason the Muslims love him. Just the fact that Nick woke up so many white people to the actual reason why Muslims even had somewhat of a problem with America in the first place, that's enough for all Muslims to get behind him. Even though he'll say some stuff about Islam that's not the most tasteful, he'll make some jokes.
He'll make fun of you.
Muslims actually push that to the side because we see how important it is what he's doing. He's been
everyone's tired of war, bro. We're all tired of war. We're not buying it no more. We don't give a I don't give a if a nuclear weapon goes off. You're not drafting my son. Not happening.
Obviously, it's God first, bro. I'm not saying it's not, but
they don't get
nationality wise. You have to be America first, bro. We have no other options. It's like you have to analyze the chessboard at a certain point and see there's nowhere to run. You can't run back to your country anymore. Your country's cooked, bro.
These people don't live. Listen,
there's income tax wasn't a thing 100 years ago. It wasn't a thing. You go to Italy, you're also paying 30, 40%. No matter where you go, bro. And then even the Muslim countries that are so amazing, brother, they're in bed with the Dajjal, dude. They're all compromised. There's nowhere to go.
Soon, I'll make it rain from the sky. I'll only have one eye, but I'll use AI to control the sheep. And only certain Christians and Muslims can see that I am the false Messiah. My time is coming. My system is being built. And you better pray like the drowning man,
Oh, Beck, you're a comedian, dude.
I cannot believe the time we're living in, bro.
I can't believe it. And dude, honestly, I don't even think Nick likes me.
He does.
But I'm willing to put that to the side, bro. I'm genuinely just happy to see his movement going where it is.
You know, in New York, it makes sense because you've got Zohran Mamdani becoming the mayor. But let's be honest. I mean, a lot of the people that supported him, I think it was like 60% of Jewish people under the age of 30 voted for Mamdani. Like an actually alarmingly high number.
Yeah, but doesn't that go to people claiming the Jews are all one big block? Most of them are total leftist.
Alex is 100% compromised,
He's
too.
compromised 100% because when they went after him, he must have struck a deal because that's why he's not in jail right now, or that's why he's still breathing, I think. Okay, because he only talks about it because he doesn't want to. You can notice he tries to deflect it, water it down. I believe that's why Owen's gone, 100%. Owen Schroyer's gone because I believe my man Alex worked out a backroom deal, bro. Controlled op.
I mean, it's self-hating.
No, because I don't think they're one block, and I think that most people wouldn't say that. I think people would say that they have a lot of influence, though. And the common denominator, whether they're left-wing, right-wing, whether they're Israeli or they're in the diaspora, it's that they have this ethnic self-interest. And so, to me, the Muslim thing is just like a complete non-issue in the United States as of right now.
Not only does he doesn't even say it's at the bottom. He doesn't even say it's a low priority on the issues of America. He doesn't even call it a problem. Like,
because he knows what's going on, dude.
Bro, I'm telling you, man.
Candace knows what's going on. A lot of people have woken up, or Dave Smith woke up.
I actually think,
don't
even clip this. I don't want Nick seeing this or nothing. Like, because this rubs people the wrong way, usually when I say it.
Be careful.
But Nick actually opening up the Quran and looking into Islam with an open heart and questioning his beliefs and sincerely looking for truth, I think he has a very good chance at accepting.
I think if he just read the chapter The Cow, he'd know what's going on.
Talking to them
Talking to them directly, Nick. He talks to them directly.
The creator of the heavens and the earth says their hearts are like rocks, like literal rocks.
I think it's the definition of scaremongering, basically, because it's more foreign. And people like to bring that up because it's a different religion, different civilization, different alphabet. They like to bring that up to basically scaremonger and short circuit rationality, because what everybody's watching is that Netanyahu is going to make his 5th visit to the White House, and we're bombing Somalia, and we're bombing Syria, and we're bombing Lebanon and Gaza and Iran. And, we're doing all these things. We're shutting down the universities. In Northwestern here in Evanston, they say that you have to take like a pro-Israel training course to get admitted in the university. And I look at the Israelis very similarly to how I look at the Muslims. Different alphabet, different civilization, history of hatred and animosity against the West. I look at them.
Well, that only came once we started supporting that country. But see, that's what I'm saying. This just proves my point. He doesn't know much about Islam. If you can even put the Chosens and Muslims in the same bucket, you don't understand it,
Well, he's talking from a geopolitical influence. You got to understand something.
Yeah.
The last time the Muslims were united, they ruled the world, bro, for over 1,000 years. So they still have that in their subconscious as non-Muslims. And they're scared that any unification of Muslims is going to lead to an empire that takes over the world. That's their fear.
Nick says...
So he's speaking geopolitically. Like, they're both a risk to us as Anglo-Saxon Christians. That's what he means.
Nick says that he believes the Chosens, the people in power, their biggest fear is the Catholic Church. That's his point. And Rome and calling for a crusade. I actually think their biggest fear is white people accepting the truth, gaining iman, losing their fear of death. That's what they truly fear. That's where we could actually rebuild America, following God's laws.
It's either we're going to follow God or he's going to destroy us. Bottom line, bro. I don't care what religion you come from. If you don't understand that, I guess you haven't understood the stories of Sodom and Gomorrah, of
Pharaoh.
Babylon, of Rome, of Pompeii, of Pharaoh of Egypt. Do not be fooled by your temporary power. God will make a mockery of you when you make a mockery of his faith, his teachings, and you go the opposite. So
every single time, open a book.
Like I said, even if all the Muslims left the West,
it would still fall.
It's still going to fall if they don't change course.
Bro, just the aspect
Basically,
of our dollar not being real.
Bro,
a Ponzi scheme cannot go on forever. Every single year, we can barely pay off the interest on how much national debt we have. We can't even pay off the interest. We're not getting into the principal of it. For those of you that don't know, the principal is your actual debt. The interest is the extra amount. We're paying off the extra amount. Are you kidding me? That gets bigger every year. It's a bubble. It's going to pop. Once we left the gold standard, that's where stuff really started going like this in the wrong direction.
Against the West, I look at them basically the same, and they actually have all the cards. They seem to have far more influence than the Muslims. To the extent that Muslims have influence, well, they're bribing the Trump government. I mean, you got to lay the blame at the feet of the Trump government, which is, probably taking bribes. It's true, from Qatar, from Saudi Arabia. What do you call it when
Muslims.
Trump goes on that tour, and then they bring the Saudis over here, and they're going to make Saudi
the same way they're Muslim, Trump is Christian. Let's just make that clear.
Major non-NATO ally.
Am I wrong?
And they're going to give a defense guarantee to Qatar. I mean, that's where I would train my fire if I was even going to begin to talk about the Muslim issue. It's not a demographic problem. It's a bribery problem. And the Israelis are somewhat correct about that. They exaggerate it, but that's definitely real, and that's definitely happening.
Well, that's my point.
How about no lobbying? How about no bribery? How about I don't give a what country? No one should have influence. Americans should be put before everybody. It's not done on the local level. It's not done on a state level. It's definitely not being done on a national level. And corruption is like gangrene. It's been going on for so long. Gangrene can start in your finger. It's consumed the arm, the leg. It's going to be basically, we're going to die from this corruption. We're going to fall as a nation. We're at the end of the cycle with the amount of corruption that has happened in this country over the last 100 years.
The amount of chaos and destruction this nation has caused to people from all over the world, it's inevitably going to come back around. When you throw
what goes around comes around. That's what people
when you throw
say. Some of the things that you've been doing have come back to you.
When you throw a boomerang up in the sky, it comes back and flies in your face 10 times harder than how you threw
What
it.
goes around comes around. That's what people say. Some of the things that you have done will come back to you.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit the bell too. I don't think YouTube is pushing our videos as hard as they're supposed to. Hit the bell so you guys can always remember to come back, keep watching, get notifications for the videos, lives. And that's it from us in this one. Thank you, and peace be upon you, as Jesus said when he entered the room.
Shalom Aleik.